Okay.
It's Christmas!
Ruined it. Start again.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just screwed it up completely. Look, just turn it off. There you go.
What did I ruin? What was ruined?
It was so professional up until that point. We were looking absolutely awesome, absolutely cracking. I like the snow.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
The snow's awesome, isn't it? And we've got our very own. We've got our very own Santa's elf just down there.
I ain't no Santa's bitch. I'm my own independent. I'm my own independent elf.
Okay.
Hang on. Have you seen? I don't know if it was this week or last week. About all the millennials kicking off saying that Santa should be gender neutral.
No one kicked off. It was just some fucking story, and there's been even more of an uproar about people saying no one cares. More people care about telling everyone that no one cares.
I'm sure his name was St. Nick anyway.
It was. Is.
Who cares?
There's that choking chinchilla again.
I think that's my dehumidifier.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sounds cool.
How are you all doing?
All right.
I'm all right.
We're all excited for Christmas. I can tell.
Am I still moving on your screen? Because my Mac's frozen.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
you are still moving. It's probably the temperature in there. I think. Do you need that woolly hat?
Mate, I need woolly willy warmers.
Before we go any further, we were having a go at me about being professional previously.
I wasn't having a go at you.
What? Yeah. You can't talk about anything.
I'm just leaving this bit at the end for Cas to edit off. I've got to give him something to do. I do waffle a bit in this. I now kind of realise actually how hard doing this video malarkey, setting it all up. I've got my daughter's lamp here, and it's got a. That's too bright. Look, I've got an old dry wet wipe hanging over it as a diffuser. Yeah, it worked. That's it. It's still not really good enough. It's still a bit bright.
Watch the descent into madness.
I'm not set up for visuals. Microphone. Talk into it. That's me. I'm done. But there you go.
Wow.
Such is life. How the hell, Cas, you do... How many videos do you do a week? How do you do it? Vaping Vic! Dean the vaping biker. What? How do they do this shit? It's taken me a fortnight to get this shit together. And it is shit! Fuck my life. I'm gonna stick to podcasts. Thank you very much for watching this, Cas, and editing it for me, because I've not got any video editing software. I'm sorry about that. There's a few fuck-ups in it. If you can find it and take it out for me, that would be wonderful. Yeah. That's it. There's an off button here somewhere. Where is it? I'm just leaving this.
That was brilliant. He's gone. He's gone.
So basically, the story behind this is that Chandler sends me 45 minutes of video to edit for his review, which is now on. And there was like a 30-second gap, and then what you've just seen. And I could not edit that together, and I sent it to Mark, and it was just I've spent about an hour crying with laughter over it.
It was fuck you all. There we go. That's our Christmas message from our fearless leader.
Wait, I think I could do one better. Give me a second.
I'm pretty sure we've only got 720 lines, Chandler, not 1080.
You don't. It depends on what they're watching it on. If they're watching it on a 52-inch massive, great big flat screen TV job that they've just bought for Christmas, it might have 1080. Oh, for God's sake! Flashy jumper. Right. Ultimate question: How do you wash that?
You unplug the battery and shove it in the washing machine, or go, babe, sort this out.
I've actually got beard lights that you clip into your beard. I haven't got them on, but I do own them.
Oh,
I haven't got them on. Yeah, no.
Oh, come on!
Because they use like crocodile clips to clip into your beard, and then you got to clip a battery pack to the back of your collar, and then you rip your beard out, just taking the sodding thing out.
So I've gone with silly jumper that flashes. Chandler's got a Christmas tree. Chris,
I kind of put this hat on out of necessity rather than it being Christmas themed. It's fucking freezing.
I'm not sure what Chris has come as, but either way. Cass.
I don't know if you can see down there. There's
the
Santa
little
Christmas tree.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's grown a festive pubic region, so it looks like a ginger patch tinsel.
Yep.
I mean, my Mac's frozen. Okay. Oh! I spoke too soon. It's unfrozen.
Oh, there we go. What are we all vaping on?
What?
I love your dehumidifier. Everyone's just fascinated by this trilling noise in the background.
I think it's my dehumidifier.
It
I'll turn it off.
Kind of. No, it's fine. It does. It kind of sounds like a. It kind of sounds like a tribble, and what with that hat that looks like it's the bastard child of the Grinch and Spock, it kind of fits in.
Oh God.
Go on then, Chris. What you vaping on, mate?
I am vaping on for about 8th week in a row. The Lost Vapor Ryan. Literally, I've only been vaping this for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Ever and ever.
Yeah, forever, ever, and ever. Yeah, I've not even picked up the billet box. I don't even know where it is.
Wet wipe.
What? Did I hit the button too soon?
Wet
I mean...
Wet wipe. Wet wipe.
Someone said something like, oh, that was my tech code.
Wet wipe.
Oh my God.
Wet wipe. Wet wipe. Wet wipe.
That freaked me out a little bit.
Someone sent me that.
I'm really going to have to learn how to edit my own videos, aren't I?
You can blame Melissa.
Basically.
That's almost as creepy as the severed head of Peppa Pig.
What?
That severed head of Peppa Pig.
That severed head of Peppa Pig was just really freaky.
Have I seen that?
Yeah, I sent it to you in the chat. I was using the 3D scan of the Mate 20 Pro, and I sort of created the severed head of Peppa Pig. Oh, I love this. This is amazing. I just need to download this. Oh, beautiful. How do I save it on my MacBook? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so the Orion, sort of vape for weeks now. In that, I've got some magic from Juice Saws. It's not called magic, it's like a cherry cola thingy. But oh my, It's beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's it. I've just had that in my pocket for weeks.
That's it. Just the Orion.
Yeah. Just the Orion.
That's good.
What are you vaping on? Wet white.
Wet white. Oh.
Wet white.
I am vaping on tonight. I've got my Innokin Atlantis with the Serpent SMM, and it's got some bubble glass on it. Did I have this last week? I'm losing track of what I'm.
No, you didn't. I don't think.
Telling everyone about. Yeah, because I had the Elevate RTA, and I'd only got the TPD straight glass with it. So someone kindly told me that the bubble glass from the original Serpent MMM fits the Elevate, Watofo Elevate. So I bought a pack of 3. So I thought, oh, I'll try putting the bubble glass on the original one. And yeah, it's great. I've actually kind of abandoned the Elevate and gone back to the original. So so yeah, so that's great. And what have I got in it? Oh, I've got the cereal, the lazy mofo cereal in there.
Mofo.
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, I do like that. So that's my cloudy, and I've got my noisy cricket with a Savor sitting on the top, and yeah, I'm getting kicked out of my little office, so I'm gonna be moving out of here at some point.
How come?
So
Why?
What my daughter's bedroom is just there, and she's got a cabin bed. However, my daughter is 5'11",
Jesus Christ,
in a cabin bed. Yeah, she's a tall lass. We're actually getting a little bit concerned that she might end up coming through the cabin bed. So she needs a normal adult bed. So we're going to open that wall out, and she's going to have this bit along with her bedroom.
So where are you going?
So I'm going to end up in the dining room.
Ugh.
I know, but it'll be fine. It might be acoustically better because it's a bigger room.
Definitely
I don't have a word. It might be worse. It may well be.
Yeah,
We
fair
will
enough.
find out. We will find out. But I moved all of my. I've got a unit just here, and it's gone, and it got all my juice and everything in it. And when you have to empty all the shit out, move it, and put all the shit back, you kind of find stuff that you think, oh, I didn't realize I had. And
Oh, no.
I found that in the cupboard.
Oh my
I know
God,
that-
I've seen a
I'm just
bottle of
gonna
that in about
ignore it.
18 months.
Hang on, what is it?
Heaven 11, man.
Yeah. Do you know who made it?
Dinner lady.
Oh, obviously this is a 30 ml bottle. It's pre-TPD.
Yeah, it was Dinner Lady's
I didn't-
first range.
It was. Yeah. It was what Dinner Lady brought out before the lemon tart and what have you.
I didn't.
But it's a cherry tobacco, and it's very nice. However, this is the only juice I know. I had a look to see if you can still get it, and you can. And it's the only juice that I've noticed that is now actually more expensive than what it was before the TPD.
Can you still get it in?
Yeah, I
I
found
thought
it.
they discontinued it.
I did a search online, and you can still get 10 ml bottles.
Bloody hell, fair enough.
Oh.
I have $4.99 for a 10 ml bottle, whereas the 30 ml, because it was 11.11, well, at least the shop I got it from sold it at £11 for 30 ml. All right, okay. All right.
Oh,
Just in case the viewers don't know, there is some additional content that has been released on Vintage UK. We did mention this last week that I'd done a review of the Smoke Species V2. That has been released on the channel. So if you haven't seen it, go and have a look. I reviewed the
wet wipe,
the Smoke Species.
I regret ever sending this to Mark now.
However,
I can't get my sound.
Yeah.
Just get like a.
No, the audio's definitely there.
Can you hear it when it comes from me? Then?
No.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know
we can't hear it when it comes. No noise.
I just like that bit. I just like that. It's beautiful.
Wet wipe.
It's. I completely regret now asking Cas to edit the video. Completely.
Oh, I can't wait to see what the next one holds.
I was a little bit more restrained in that one.
Fair enough.
So.
Oh dear.
Oh. Do you want to see my last vape?
Oh.
Wet wipe.
Wrong button. Ha!
Wet wipe.
Do you want to see my last vape?
Wet wipe.
Oh man.
Oh, when you play that, can people still hear what we're saying?
Yes.
No.
Oh, that's good. I'm just going to completely ignore it now. That's fine. I'm just going to carry on regardless.
Wet wipe.
Oh dear. Don't kill it. Don't kill it.
Wet wipe.
What is that? What have you got there?
Wet wipe.
It's not a fucking wet wipe. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying this, Mark. It's fine. There you go. Look, there's my new vape.
Sweating and crying.
What was that called? The Vladoon?
The Vladim.
Oh, Vladin.
Vladin. It's like Aladdin with a V instead of the first A. Basically, it's a blue type thing.
It's a what?
So you got a pod.
It's basically a pod system.
It's a pod system. But
was that a freebie from Vaporhound or?
That's a freebie from Vaporhound.
So what do you clean up? What do you clean up the juice with if you spill it?
Wet wipe.
Chandler, in all seriousness, when you're having a wank, what do you use to clean yourself off?
Wet wipe.
If you run out of toilet roll, right, and you're having a shit, what do you use?
Wet wipe.
I'm sorry, Chandler. I didn't realise it would do this.
I can't see.
Oh, don't worry, Mark. Just clean your glasses with a
wet wipe.
Right. Moving swiftly onwards. Yeah,
do you know
it's hurting him.
Yeah, I feel like I've been on the piss all day. I can't stop laughing.
See, the viewers just want good vaping related stuff, and we're just talking about
wet wipe.
Nah, they want wet wipe you going.
Oh, I need to take my jumper off. I am so hot.
You know what you could clean your armpits with?
I can't hear you, Chandler.
Yeah, Mark, you are really hot. Always.
Mark, you look like a recovering junkie.
Oh.
Incredible. Right, I am vaping on. Moving away. I have got my Berserker, which I haven't stopped using. I've got my Mini Fit, which I also haven't stopped using because it seems at the moment I'm a creature of habit. But what is new is I have got that. I've got Momo's caramel tobacco in salt, which is actually really nice. The caramel tastes a bit like the caramel you get in like a dairy milk. Oh no,
That wasn't me.
Oh god. Oh no.
Oh, shit, Chris has got it. That's it.
That's it, game over.
I'm fucked. I am now completely and totally, truly.
That was me by mistake.
Yeah, so I'm literally vaping on those, and I managed to dig out my Mini Gusto again with its pimped out cover. But I've run out of the refill bottles, so I'm caning through the pods like no one's business, and they're disgustingly expensive. So I've got to try and find some of the bottles somewhere and start refilling and getting the most out of my pods before having to throw them away when they're empty, which is, you know, a bit depressing. But yeah, and I've literally just got those 3 things that I've been vaping on for the last couple of weeks. They do the job and they're nice, and I'm happy with them.
What do you? What's that refill kit like?
Which refill kit?
For the pods.
Oh, it's literally just the bottles, but it's the juice that comes in the pods, but in 10ml bottles. So you just pop.
What did it come with? Like a 10ml bottle with a long nib, and then you know, a couple of bits to clean any excess juice off with, and
Wet wipe.
No, unfortunately not. No, it's
actually
just a 10ml
actually,
bottle.
I genuinely got I got a new phone, and I was putting a screen protector on it, and in the packet there was a wet wipe and a dry wipe, but the wet wipe was the main star of the show, I have to say.
I think Chandler's just quit.
I'm going to be back in a sec.
Oh no, just dusty them. Yeah, no. So yeah, but I want to get the refill because the refill bottles are like a £5, and I can refill a pod 4 or 5 times with one of the refill bottles. But otherwise, I only get, and you can fit like 5ml or 4ml in one. You can fit like I'd say about 3.5ml in one of these pods when you refill it, but it's only like 2ml on its own, so it seems like a waste of pod to throw the coil away when it's still good, and you know. So I've got to stop using the pods so fast and find the bottles before I've run out of the pods, because they're like £9 for a pack of 3 pods.
I want to try one of these. Refillable.
They're even, are they?
Yeah. The pod comes empty. You've got rubber bung at the top. Pull that out, fill it up, off you go.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Are they rebuildable?
So, they're ceramic coils.
So they don't need rebuilding.
So I have no idea. When it starts tasting like shit, I'll try and demolish it just to see what the hell's inside.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And they're not too bad. I had a search online, and there are 10 quid for a pack of 4. Which
how long have you been using it for?
Since I only got it this morning. So that's the first fill of juice. It takes 1.5 ml of juice, and that's a day's worth of playing with it. Though I've not been using it exclusively, but flavour's okay. It's not bad. It's a hell of a lot better than the blue.
Michael wants to know how much the Vladim was. How much should they be?
They're somewhere. I've seen them between 20 and 30 quid.
Bloody hell, that's quite a lot, really.
And how many pods do you get?
I don't know how many come with it. This one came with 1.
Right. But it was retail package, right?
As far as I could tell. But the pod was in a blister, and it looked like it had been cut to put 1 in. But yeah, it came with 1 pod. But I thought 4 pods. I mean, 4 for a tenner. That's the equivalent of buying a pack of coils, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you can refill it and use it until it's effectively burnt out, then it's a hell of a lot. You know, it's no more expensive than having replaceable coil heads for a tank.
Talking of replaceable, I found a little box with one of those little disposable tanks in.
Ooh.
The Preco.
It's not the one I was on about before, actually, because that was called a Nunu.
Yeah, no, this is a...
It was called a Nunu.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't want to ask.
Ask what?
What? Did you...
What? Ask what?
You've got a fluffy blanket.
I need to go big. What's he got on his head?
Oh, it's just some little wet wipes. Yeah, just in case the need arises.
Oh. Are they lemon scented? Because they're my favourite.
Just clean my glasses or...
Ah, okay.
That's incredible.
Little tiny wet wipes.
What are you vaping on, Mark?
So yeah, I thought I'd give this a blast tonight. I gotta say, the quality of it, just a bit cheaper plastic. Excuse me. The irony.
It's designed to be disposable.
Yeah, to be fair, you
box,
wouldn't want it to be expensive.
It says fill, vape, recycle.
Recycle.
How?
Where the actual fuck do you recycle RTA tanks? Well, it's not an RTA, but a sub-ohm tank.
I'm not being funny. You're not supposed to recycle glass or God knows what. I just shove it all in the recycling bin. They never check. They never rake through your bin to make sure you've not got any contraband non-recyclables in it.
Apart from polystyrene, they're Nazis with polystyrene.
Yeah, but see, polystyrene never comes in manageable quantities.
No, it's always loads of it.
It's always, yeah, a fucking... a side of a car worth of polystyrene. Or, like, in my case with Dale's wedding present, you know, about 60 gallons of packing peanuts. Or, you know, it's when you buy shit off eBay. That's when polystyrene plagues your life. Like, or when you get that, like my missus, when we were getting for the wedding, we were looking for, like, she did some mad Alice in Wonderland shit, and she ordered this little tiny fucking mouse in a teacup, right? And she ordered it off eBay, and we got this fucking package, and I'm not joking, yeah. It was like it was prepped by Amazon. It was about the size of a shoebox, and I was like, "Fuck me, this is quite heavy. What have you ordered?" She's like, "I don't know." I opened it up, and someone had painstakingly shredded about 10,000 magazines into little tiny fucking confetti pieces, like minuscule. It's like someone was so paranoid about data protection, they shredded their mail and then cut the shredded strips into little tiny fluttery bits, and they'd filled this whole fucking box.
You can get shredders that do that.
Well,
cross-cut shredders.
You can get wet wipes that are already dried, but you just dried yours out on a lamp. But yeah, for some reason,
dried before I put it on the lamp.
Where was it? Why wasn't it in the bin? There's a lot of unanswered questions that go with that. What was it used for? Why was it slightly discoloured? And why wasn't it in the bin?
It was used for mopping up juice that I'd spilt on my desk.
You'd use a dry piece of kitchen towel for that. Don't give me lies. What was it for?
I had wet wipes.
Did you have to snap it in order to use it as a diffuser?
No.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet.
Oh, dear.
I used it, I wiped it. I'm a lazy fucktard. I didn't put it in the bin. I just left it on my desk. Ergo, it was to hand, and it made a really handy diffuser.
Yeah, it was to your benefit and tonight to your detriment.
I'm just trying to work out what I actually did with the packet of wet wipes.
They're behind you.
When you need a wet wipe,
Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, it's specifically got a picture of tenor ones, just to wonder what they're designed for.
I need to clean this drip tip. Might polish up the rod a bit.
Right.
Stuart, don't remind him. Don't remind him.
Don't remind me what?
It's all right. Don't look at chat. Ignore chat completely. There is nothing for you to see there.
Chandler's Christmas jingle.
Thanks, Chris.
No.
Cheers.
Chandler's Christmas jingle.
No, Mark's Christmas jingle.
Oh, Mark's Christmas jingle. Sorry.
Isn't that the one that we got like brought up on?
That's the one we got. Yeah, we got a slap for.
No.
No. What was it? We got a slap for.
Another Christmas jingle.
Ollie
You
Murs.
licking all fucking Kelly's makeup wipes to use as diffusers. That's what you got a slap for.
Here we go. Here we go.
There we go.
Believe it or not, we've actually got loads to talk about because we're doing a bit of a review of the year in vaping at some point tonight, I'm sure. And
a big Merry Christmas to John as well. Vape Talk UK loves the Idea Loan show, and Just Add Nick as well.
Hey, have we congratulated John? I've not been on for a couple of weeks. Have we congratulated John for his acquisition?
Yes, we have.
Oh yeah, without me.
Well, again, congratulations to John, as he is now the proud owner of justaddnick.co.uk.
Nice.
So, him and his wife. He's been quite open about the fact.
And I can almost bet my house on the fact that she's a majority stakeholder. He'll do all the legwork, and she'll do all the reap all the rewards. What women do, mate.
So if you need any raspberry mint, there you go. Just
no. If you need any cactus custard, I heard that's a thing.
Oh, coming soon. Soon.
That sounds amazing, because that cactus punch is incredible.
There you go. The 50-50. 50-50.
I've got a bottle of it somewhere. I can't remember where I've put it now. I've moved my bloody stuff out.
It's probably underneath your
wet wipe.
Your pile of wet wipes. I bet your desk looks like a 15-year-old's bedroom table.
Pretty much.
What? Go on. That's what the green screen's for, isn't it? To make it look bigger on camera.
Yeah, absolutely. It just makes my desk look just actually, slightly half decent. I've even got a cigarette filter tip that I had to cut off a cigarette from my missus because she lit it at the wrong end. Wet wipe.
Incredible.
Yeah, I thought, we all remember that from our days of smoking, lighting a cigarette at the wrong end and then using a pair of scissors to cut the end off. Wet wipe.
Yeah, when you're actually absolutely fucking hammered.
Yeah, only when hammered. Or in the dark.
Yes, she wasn't.
And it was never usually your own cigarette. It was usually one someone gave you. And you were like keeping up conversation and stick the wrong end in your mouth. I'm not joking, right? On my control panel for my webcam controller, I've just got fucking Chandler's little wet wipe thing, like on a loop, and it won't stop. And I don't know how to stop it.
You can't.
You've just got it on a loop now. Wet wipe. Wet wipe. Wet wipe. Wet wipe.
Oh god. Oh god, it's frozen on it's like freeze on source. So I clicked yes. And I'm not sure about this. Yeah, I don't really know which.
We're gonna have to rename the title of this show to just Wet Wipe.
Wet Wipe UK.
Wet Wipe UK.
Oh god, I'm trying to work out how to show you what is on my screen. Because
this fucking Preco's doing my tits in. How do you anyone tell me how you change the airflow on it?
Can
on
you?
A what? The disposable thing?
Doesn't it change at the top?
No. Oh, do you twist the drip tip? Hang on.
Huh? Don't dump the liquid everywhere.
I thought they opened at the top.
You hold the drip tip and twist the whole thing. It was just a bit too airy at 50 watts, and that's all it recommends to go to.
Incredible.
50 watts.
Aphex Twin is in your computer. Incredible.
Come to daddy.
Hey, I'll go with Aphex Twin. Aphex Twin, yeah.
So we've had loads of crazy shit happen this year.
Right, almost
A list of it.
I think, Kaz, try and bring it back onto.
I'm trying to bring it back to the point.
Yeah.
So I've got a big old list, and I don't know. To be honest with you, this list I've got is not in chronological order, so it would be foolish to suggest otherwise. But one of the earliest things I remember of this year, which was hilarious for everyone involved,
Wet white.
Was that, yeah, was the Vupu versus Tony B SmackDown.
Oh,
Chandler's butthole face.
Oh dear.
It looks almost like someone's taken a picture of their penis and then tried to draw it into a caricature. Hey, you guys. Sorry, Jeff. I love you, really.
yeah. I really wish I was above you, because I could like just do a shit or something and it would just land nicely on your head.
You are above me.
Well,
Not in the food chain, obviously.
in so many ways.
So come on. Anyway, back to this year in vaping.
Sorry, yeah, Tony B.
Tony B versus Vupu. So, does anyone remember that that video of Bogan smashing the hell out of a drag with a rubber hammer? And then it takes him like 10 minutes to smash this thing.
Yeah, because it kept bouncing off.
He chose a rubber hammer.
It was almost like fucking a comedy sketch.
Those rubber mallets are quite hefty, to be fair. Is it one of those rubber mallets that you'd use to bash your camp pegs in?
Yeah, or hit something you didn't want to actually damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was fun. And then obviously Tony B released this amazingly long video about how he had all his shit stolen, and then decided to admit to everyone that he'd sent all of his designs for a mod over to a company without any kind of contract or NDA in place, which was amazing.
Oh, okay.
Trying to trust Chinese companies on a gentleman's agreement is terrible, because of course they're going to steal your ideas. I don't really know how that ended up being, you know, what the closure on that was, if anyone does know. But it sort of just, when everyone stopped caring, it sort of stopped being important. As is the way with these things.
Like a lot of things.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what happened with that in the end. I know it was...
Yeah, I think it was all like under the table.
Didn't they release the same mod or something, just with a different chip? Was what I seem to remember?
The chip. There was
an argument about the chip that he wanted to use in it.
Yeah, he wanted.
Vupu was supposed to be. Yeah, Vupu were developing the chip, weren't they, for the Pulse, wasn't it?
Yeah, the 80-watt one.
Yeah. And then here, have you seen that the dual battery Pulse that they've released?
No. I mean, I don't really pay attention to a lot of the more recent vaping news. I've had the only vaping news that's actually piqued my interest for a while was John buying Just Had Nick.
What about Jeffrey's Vintage Vape releasing Nick Shots? Nick Shots. Fucking idiot. Nick Shots.
There you go. That sounds like a little bit of a Freudian slip. Keep your eyes out. We may be very shortly Nick Shots released by Vintage.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of you were releasing Nick Shots. How was it?
Yeah, great. They're flavoured in 20 milligram salts.
Oh, the ones I was supposed to test for you. Have you gone ahead and done it without me?
No.
Not yet. Because you haven't tested it. You need to pull your finger out and test it for him.
Oh, he hasn't fucking sent me any.
And John is also on the list as well. I don't know
down, fetch it.
Well, he said months ago he was going to send me some. When it's not materialised.
Well,
like I say, go fetch it. It'd be fine. Knock on his door. Go. Hello, I'm here to fetch those Nick salts that you promised me.
Fuck that.
It's only round the corner.
Yeah, it's just
we're going to be doing a live show from Leicester.
we are.
Yeah.
Where's my invite?
Chris?
No,
There's an
no.
open
This
invite.
is your invite.
How's it?
Open invite. We're gonna get. We're gonna have a live studio audience.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I mean, literally, this is the last time we spoke about it was what the last show.
Yeah,
I wasn't on the last show.
Exactly.
you were there in spirit, Chris.
Fuck you.
I can see Chris is oozing with enthusiasm. He seems really up for this one.
I was fucking pissed off last time. I've come out and froze my bollocks off for nothing.
Anyway, I've got to say that the biggest fucking scandal of the year, 100%, totally, completely, utterly, has to be the IVG scandal.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, millions of people were upset about that.
See, did you see? On that note, though, did you see that Purge got their trademark or their whatever you call it today?
Yeah.
Oh, did they? That will be interesting. Hey, Cass.
Yep.
But
Yeah, it will.
I noticed something on that though. On the actual document, it says. Let me find it.
Yeah, I mean, but Purge, even up until this point, have been trying to take down cloners for months before this. You know? I mean, we had this conversation, a few weeks back about it, and...
Yes.
And, you know, they're well within their right to do so, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely. I mean,
You know?
I really like Matt. I think he's a lovely bloke. But there is a flaw in something I noticed earlier on the document that gives them their registered trademark. It says, let me just zoom in a bit. So registered number, blah blah blah, registered date, blah blah blah, trademark, blah blah blah,
Wet wipe.
wet wipe, blah blah blah. It says class 34 vape mods, namely accessories in the form of atomizers for atomizing electronic cigarette liquid, sold empty. So does that only cover it for atomizers?
That particular one might, but it did mention vape mod on there.
It says class 34 vape mods, namely, so sort of the branch name would be vape mods, but namely accessories in the form of atomizers.
Maybe they just got that trademark for one specific, or for their atomizers, and the mech mods is next to come.
Yeah, but they don't have any. They only have RDAs. They've not got like a tank, have they? I don't think.
No, not yet.
No.
So I don't know what that covers. Does that cover?
It's probably quite
it's
broad.
It's specifically the name Purge, and the mark consists of standardized characters without claim to any particular font style, size, or color. So essentially, it's the name Purge, but it does say in the form of atomizers.
Or maybe they're trying to stop people releasing any atomizer called the Purge RDA or the Purge RTA.
Yeah, they're perhaps covering themselves for future theft.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, I'm presuming they're going to start kicking ass. So it said Purge is now a registered trademark within the USA and Europe. China's next. If you're caught selling counterfeit Purge products on your website, eBay, Amazon, retail location, or anywhere else, you are violating my intellectual property. We are proud of our company and all the hard work that it's taken to get us this far. We look forward to bringing many new types of innovative product worldwide.
And that wouldn't have been cheap to do that. And I tip my hat to them. I tip my hat to them.
Yeah. LabWorks just
Absolutely.
said they do have an RTA that is unreleased, so possibly that is what that's for. You know, that's the announcement of their RTA.
Maybe I just think it's more of the like the broad uneducated spectrum that's put in place by government. So they say, like, with the TPD, it governs electronic cigarette products, but for God knows how long, they couldn't specify what that meant because they didn't know really what an RDA was. They didn't really know about rebuildable RTAs or mech mods or any of that shit. They just knew the term electronic cigarette. So I'm presuming this is the government's categorization, class 34 vape mods, but they don't really know what it is. So they put like a rough description that doesn't really accurately describe it. But I think it'll probably be covered. But yeah, I'm glad for him. Matthew Cleese is a lovely bloke. Mark, remember we went out for dinner with him in Birmingham?
We did, yes.
Yeah, top bloke. Top bloke. I really like him. I wish him well. I hope he gets to fuck some people. I hope he gets to fuck some people right in the poop hole.
You see, the class 20
to him.
trademark of class 34 actually does cover tobacco and smoking products.
So yeah, it might be. It's probably very generalised. They just the wording is a bit poor for someone who might try and skirt around it. Do you know what I mean? Not that I'm planning on releasing like purge anything, but you know, I can see, you know, it's a bit vague.
Yeah. So does
But
anyone
either way,
know? Go on.
Go on. I was just going to continue with the IVG.
As was I.
Continue.
Yeah, sorry.
I was going to say, does anyone know how this sort of... I mean, we know IVG had to take all the Millions branding off their stuff. Do you think that was the end of it there?
I think so. I don't know, you know. Everything that is certainly being released to wholesalers and distributors now, it is just called bubblegum.
Yeah.
So I believe, you imagine how much it would have taken, how much it would have cost to take IVG to court. For them to actually go through, okay, yes, there's probably a guarantee win there, but the cost, the time implication, is it worth it?
No, not when they can just get their get the social media people on it, and you just get the public involved, like everyone else sort of did, and then it basically made the company, look, if you don't want to have this terrible name forever, you've got to change it.
I mean, I don't think that Millions, the actual company Millions, had a mass amount to do in the removal of that. I think the lynch mobs that saw IVG's big fucking hoo-ha spiel about how they own the property for it and all this bollocks. Yeah, I don't think that they necessarily needed to put any clout behind it. I think once
they didn't even know at first.
Yeah, exactly. Once the riot mob started, they sort of justified it by saying, "Well, we've got copyright," and that's when Millions sort of paid attention because they were claiming to have copyrighted their product, and it was like, "Whoa, mate, no,
calm down." And it was when I think they could have got away with it for longer had they not started trying to take on smaller independent companies.
Oh, absolutely. I think
like Simon's just said, good luck with China. Just driving around in my Range Rover, wearing a Ray-Ban sunglasses, looking at my Rolex watch, vaping on my Lurge.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not going to be very. I mean, it might stop them releasing products into the.
Has Purge or Millions or anyone for that matter got the money behind them to litigate internationally? To be able to sue somebody internationally is incredibly, incredibly expensive.
And it's just not worth the return on it.
There is no return. They say, okay, we'll stop doing it then.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I don't think IVG have gone for was it like royalties on? No, I don't think the Millions Sweet Company have gone for royalties against IVG. I think they just sort of said, look, you stop, you underhand us a load of cash under the table, and we'll leave it at that.
Do you reckon they paid reparations?
I reckon they probably paid something. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's not something we'll ever probably know, but I think it's definitely the biggest scandal within the vaping industry this year. I mean,
oh yeah, for sure.
for sure. I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, the biggest, newest thing, I don't know whether it's a scandal so much, is how much this year tobacco companies have been prevalent in the vape industry with what they're doing. I mean, their marketing to vape shops, I know, is a couple of levels beyond persistent. They're just relentless with their push into the vape market.
I'll tell you some other controversy that I've seen today. The Mad Hatton got released. Heard of this?
No.
It's an AV product. Well, someone, AV or
AV was Manhattan, wasn't it?
yeah. Well, this is the Mad Hatton, and its retail price is 300 quid.
Wow.
A lot of people have been going a bit hoo-ha about that.
300 quid.
300 quid, and it doesn't look much different to a Manhattan. Why does it sound like someone's listening to a loud John Lewis advert?
Yeah, I like the John Lewis advert.
What are you drinking, Chandler?
Orange and pineapple squash.
Yeah, Badger's just said it was a big enough slap to IVG to stop Pronto.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. What other random shit? I'm going to check my list. We've got so much awesome stuff here. So we've got the rise of the Nick Salt. I think that's been a big exploding thing this year, more than any other. I mean, Nick Salts are older than 2018, obviously, but...
Yeah, I've been vaping Nick Salt since end of 2015, beginning of 2016.
Yeah, but they've only exploded really in the last 18 months, I would have said, simply because of the TPD. People wanted something stronger than 18 milligrams.
They exploded. They initially exploded around that time when the Juul came out. Everyone sort of got really excited for them. Juul kind of made it a problem because they didn't make it available in the UK. You could only buy it through like backdoored sources. So then the hype died down because when the TPD kicked in, shops weren't willing to backdoor a 50 milligram product in order to get it into the UK. So I reckon there would have been a massive rise sooner had the TPD not kicked in and come up with the you fucking tosser.
What?
What?
And that's what you clean your RDAs with.
Oh.
I bet you clean your RDAs.
I thought you'd been quiet, Chandler.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so I do hear that Pandora are bringing out a selection of wet wipes for use at Christmas. I have heard that they are flushable. So there we go.
We don't call them wet wipes and hide their true purpose. We're calling them Pandora wank rags.
I can't even say it. Wank wipes. Right, give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. I'll go back to paint. I'll change it.
Someone clip that, please. Chandler saying wank wipes.
Wank wipe, wet wipe.
I was tempted to go back earlier and clip you saying rubber mallet. For some reason, it just sounded rather.
Wubber mallet.
One thing I do want to mention that Chris has just brought up in chat was the unfortunate death last week of James Seaton, the founder of the rig mod from the company Vamp. I'm not too sure of any details. I believe he passed away last Thursday.
Yeah.
Any other details I'm not sure of. There we go. Solidarity. I sold all mine, but yeah, there we go. A nice gender neutral rig mod there.
I bought it because of the colour on it. It's just genius.
But yes, no, an incredibly talented person.
Gentle
I'm going to
giant.
be straight and honest. He was. I'm going to be honest. James and I didn't always see eye to eye. We had a
That's
few.
because you two.
We had a few. Look very
you two
similar,
are always compete. You were always competing for who's the tallest in the room.
Yeah. No, we had a we had our issues. We hugged it out. But no, a real loss to the industry. And our thoughts from Vape Talk UK go to his family and also the rest of the rig team here in the UK and also abroad. Really sad. Let's just hope that the rig mods won't die with him.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
I hope not.
They were incredible mods. One thing I disliked about the original was the original Roughneck. It wasn't great. It wasn't big enough for what it was designed to be. But they remedied that with the 2-post, and you know what? They were very fucking good mods. Very good mods.
I absolutely love this. I mean, the only reason I haven't used it is since I've been using 21700s is purely for the extra battery life, but I might clean it up, dig it out, and get it going again because it is fantastic. I love it.
Do you know what you could use to clean it?
What's that?
Mark.
Oh shit! Sorry,
Mark,
I was.
I was waiting for that.
Wet wipe. Wet wipe. Wet wipe.
There we go.
I was just getting the GoFundMe link ready to post in chat, but
you missed the cue.
I did. Sorry, I was posting in chat. So if anyone was anyone wants to donate to Rogue, ban Badger,
get him gone. No, don't ban Badger.
My finger was literally over the put user in timeout.
Amazing.
Anyway,
I think
where were we?
Well, we're on the list, and I think the next thing to mention this year that I've never seen Mark laugh so hard over, apart from tonight, was the guy that swallowed his drip tip.
Oh my god, don't.
In all the bullshit vape news articles... No, he didn't swallow it, he inhaled it. And of all the bullshit vape news articles that I've seen, this one is an absolute standout. I mean, to inhale an 810 drip tip is just amazing. Just amazing. And apparently he whistled. There he goes.
Like that penguin out of Toy Story. Like that penguin out of Toy Story.
Oh, I did, yeah. Wheezy,
that's it.
So yeah, that was a standout for me. Has anyone else?
Oh, noticed? That's twice I've had to wipe my eyes tonight.
You know what you could have wiped him with?
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, for God's sake.
I think that would burn if you wiped your eyes with a wet wipe.
No,
not if it's dry.
Look, if they're all right to wipe on a baby's ass, should be fine.
Your eye, a Jap eye, it's all good. It's that's what they were designed for, wasn't it?
Hmm? Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Especially the Pandora wank wipes. No, my Pandora's not blown over. Although the wind has been horrendous up here. What's it like for you lot?
It's been pretty bad.
It's a bit windy. It is drafty around here, yeah.
My second shed, the felt ripped off.
Jesus, no, it's not been that windy.
Felt came off. With you in it?
It's not the fucking Wizard of Oz, Chandler. The felt came off. Don't worry, we cleaned it up with
You're
a
okay.
wipe.
So you didn't end up in you didn't end up in Oz then, no?
No, I didn't.
Land on a Wicked Witch or anybody, no.
I'm about to silence Diddy for his last comment. I don't know whether that's allowed.
What did he say?
He's going to call Elf and Safety.
Oh, that is brilliant. We should leave that be. We should leave that be. Don't make me get on the phone to the HSE.
Oh dear. I'm going to ask chat whilst I'm finding the next thing on the list. What has been the standout moment in vaping for people in the chat? Funny, terrible, scandalous.
We also need to know what tonight's Vaping 101 is. We've got the pedo music ready, and we just need some content to put to it.
Yep. What's the category going to be?
I love the pedo music. The pedo music makes me smile. No, I'll rephrase that.
I'm gonna cut this video up, and it's just gonna say the pedo makes me smile.
That sounds so wrong.
Oh, I love the music though.
Us being on time
Come on,
tonight,
then.
apparently.
Stand out.
XVT UK hosts 101.
Oh,
Okay. Mm.
I would bring back Rick.
Calvin. Who's going to go for the impression? I think it's only going to be Chris that's part of that.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So what are we looking for? The 101 category?
101 category, yeah. So last week was wire and builds. We've had RDAs, RTAs, single battery mods. So we need a new category. And because we try and keep up with the news, but we can't see everything. So what has been people's vaping standout moments? Because there's been a few.
The Lost Vape Orion.
Fair enough.
I'll vape to that.
I think that the one standout that I have not owned, have actually managed to hold, but the Chris Scott Squipe, the squonking pipe that he's designed, is awesome. I so want one of them, but I'd need a second mortgage. They're gorgeous.
Really, it was the Zomo laser.
Oh god.
That wasn't this year, was it?
It might be the beginning. No, the new Zomo laser, the Exo Armor.
Oh, okay. For me, one of the daftest, not daftest, but most irritating things I found this year. We've obviously spent more time. This year than ever before working with reviewers. Now, we obviously do our due diligence and we look at reviewers before and make sure that they're reasonable and fair. Nobody dislikes an unfair review. And we've had lots of good reviews, we've had lots of bad reviews. Chandler's laughing. Do you know where I'm heading with this?
Do I know? I think I do know.
Of course you do. You're on board. And you know what? I don't much that nobody's going to like everything that everybody releases. So whether that's my juice, Chris's juice, anybody's juice in the world. Now we've worked with quite a few reviewers this year, and we've had some good reviews, we've had some amazing reviews, and we've had some bad reviews. Now, one of the things that has irritated me is what constitutes somebody as a reviewer. What are the entry requirements? Cass, you've been doing it a while. You've been doing it a while, and you have reviewed our juice, and they weren't all great reviews, but your criticism gave reasonable feedback. You gave me justification as to.
Yeah, I think that's the important. I think the main entry requirements is stand by what you say, be honest about what you say, and if you've got negative or positive points, back them up. Don't just say them, because otherwise it's just a vague opinion. And it pays to be specific. I think that, obviously, if you're reviewing, I review mainly juice, so what I'm reviewing is quite subjective. Even if you're reviewing hardware, if you don't like something for a reason, you absolutely have to say why. If you don't, you might as well just quit, because it's just pointless. And the other thing is don't do it for any kind of recognition because you ain't gonna get it. Firstly, and secondly, it's not the reason to go in for it.
Did he hit the nail on the head there? Buy lots of subs. We're not going to mention any names, are we, Cass? That would be unprofessional.
Oh, too unprofessional.
Too unprofessional. So there's reviewers out there to make out that they're bigger. Excuse me. That they're bigger than they actually are. People are going out and buying subs, buying likes on Instagrams, buying.
Any social media exposure.
Yeah.
But no, it's really easy to be a good reviewer. Be honest and back up your comments, whether they're positive or negative.
I wouldn't know where to go to buy vape review to buy subscribers.
I mean,
do you just go out in the street and go, look, I'll give you £10 if you'll like and sub my YouTube channel.
So basically, the way the system works. Go on. Sorry.
I was just going to say, Vaping Vinny, sort your shit out, mate. I don't care.
Vaping Vinny? Is that the Let's Go Camp guy?
Who? What?
Vaping Vinny.
I'm Googling it now.
So basically, the way that if you were to buy subs, the way that these things works, and it's from the days of MySpace, right, when people used to do these things called follow trains, is that you sign up to a list, right? You get sent a list of channels that you subscribe to, and in return, your channel gets put into that list that thousands of other people get. And all you do is you go sub, and in return, you get the subs back. But you pay a subscription fee for it, sometimes. But it comes from the time of MySpace, when you used to get people with 70, 80,000 followers on MySpace, because they followed these things called follow trains, where you would literally have thousands of people sub to you.
Dearly gaff, dearly gaff, dearly gaff, dearly gaff.
Wow, I didn't... Wow.
What?
No, just some of the comments, man. Dilly gaff.
I don't even know what's gone on. Could someone fucking fill me in?
But basically, a reviewer who claimed that he organically got God knows how many. He's currently sat on 5,500 subscribers. However, he only averages 400 views, 200 views, 50 views. Certainly does not equate to the amount of subs that he's got.
Oh, you're on about Cass's big brother?
You do realise I now have to leave the group that I've just posted our show link in and block everyone on Facebook.
Why?
Because I posted the link to this show in his Facebook group.
So?
Did you?
Yeah, VPR.
Don't worry about it.
No, but no, I'll be honest though. But I mean, I've met the bloke, and despite
met the bloke, he's your older brother.
Yeah, I know. He's a nice enough dude. But what was funny was that is it TVP Vaping Postman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Went in hard on one of his videos, right? So he basically called him out for the buying of subs. And then turned around and just said, well, if you've got that many, why is no one watching them? So, yeah. I'm just going to watch my sub count drop. Give me a second. But what happens is that not just anyone who buys subs, is that YouTube goes through periodically and clears out dead, inactive, or bot accounts. And it just gets rid of them. So if you see a massive out-of-nowhere drop, that's what's happened. I mean, and you don't even have to be a sub buyer for it to happen to you. You can get bots sub to you. It happened on Twitter. Do you remember a little while ago on Instagram where people were losing millions of subscribers because Instagram got rid of all of their inactive accounts?
Yeah.
And there's actually a website where you can see I don't think they've got one for YouTube, but on Instagram you can see what percentage of your followers are actually real.
What's the website?
Bear with me, I'll find it.
So yes, there seems to be an influx of vape reviewers that really don't know their shit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to separate the people who have been doing it for a short amount of time from the people who have been doing it a long time and are still terrible. What I'll do is, if anyone, there you go. So that's, I don't think I just copied that link. Give me a second. It's copy and paste. Why is that not pasting? Paste. Oh, that's why. Because I'm on a Mac and Control V doesn't work. Go to that website. It'll tell you how many of your Instagram followers are real or fake. Now, for me, I've got like 600 followers on my Instagram, so it's not really relevant. But for someone who's got, say, 50 million, it's interesting to see how many of them are bots.
I mean, I've got about 5,000.
Yeah, Rob Wiggles has just said Jay Hayes and Daniel lost comparably the same amount. 230k lost 35,000, and then 130k lost 15,000. You know, people are losing them. Now, don't get me wrong, if you've got, say, if you're a PewDiePie on YouTube and you've got 75 million subscribers, a proportion of those are going to be fake accounts because they repost and whatever.
You've got to pay.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I might not be the one then. I'll dig it out and drop it in the comments on this video. But there is one, and it gives you a fairly simple percentage. Inactive, no. It's the thing is that you can have an account and never post on it and just be a watcher, but you get ones that have inactive.
A voyeur.
A voyeur, indeed. That literally they log in, they can see that they've watched no videos, that they've not liked anything, that they've not posted anything. It's like when you get people on Twitter and you see their Twitter account and it's just an egg because they haven't done anything to it. You know, that's an inactive account.
What about the shows this year then?
I haven't been to a single one.
Have you not been to one?
Not been to one this year. I went to Dale's birthday meet, but apart from that, I've not been to a single. None this year.
I've done both Vape Expos and I did Vape Fest, and I think out of all of those, Vape Fest was my favourite.
The last 3 years, I've gone to all of them. This year, I've done none.
You see, for me, Fest was the highlight of the year. Fest was, as always, incredible. Got suitably burnt. It was all good. All good.
I enjoy Fest.
Expo I can't comment on because I didn't go. I did Manchester. Manchester was good. It was alright. There seems to be a lot of traction for the European shows though.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to start growing. You'll see them grow immensely. You see them grow.
I plan on... I do plan on doing quite a few European shows next year. So
you're going to do a whole of Vape in Stuttgart and stuff.
Yeah. That's the plan.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, I enjoy Vape Fest. I mean, it was the longest drive. I spent 9 hours driving that day to get to and from. It was way too hot, but it was the most genuine vape show I've been to. Definitely. You know, I wasn't being bombarded with people trying to shove leaflets and taste menus in my hands. I actually got to have a chance to talk to people, and although size-wise it's tiny, it was great. I mean, I met yourself, Mark. I actually finally got to hang out with Stu and the guys from there. I met Martin from Manabush. You know, it was a lovely, really chill day, and the food was great, if way too expensive. Like, it was a good day.
It was good. It was good. Always good. Always one of my highlights of the year, both socially and business as well.
Yeah. I mean, a weird highlight for me, although as brown nosy as this is going to sound, was actually joining this show. I have been watching this show for ages, and to join it was completely out of the blue. and it was good fun. And I've loved every week of it so far.
It was a highlight of you taking over from Stu. I mean,
well, I was having because I met Stu originally because I bought some of his juice, reviewed it, and he found my review, and I got chatting to him that way. And we became pretty close friends, and then we were talking about Vape Talk UK and what he does, and he was saying that he'd taken a hiatus from it and things like that. And then he introduced me to you, Mark, at Vape Fest, and he said to me, he goes, "I want you as my replacement, so I'm going to put you forward for it." And I guess that's gone from there. So, a big highlight for me, without getting too, soppy, is joining the show, because I've had a great time doing it. And it's been utterly hilarious. And I got to meet some amazing people, including all of yourselves. It's...
Oh. Wait, to be fair, I just wish my life wasn't as hectic as it is at the minute, because I enjoyed the show when I do it, but just getting the time to do it.
Yeah, I mean, life gets in the way, man. It's not, there's nothing you can do about it. That's it.
Could quit my life.
Yeah, but you can't do that. You got kids.
Stay at home. Stay at home. Eat chicken and do Vape Talk.
I mean, I would have met half the people that I have met in vaping if it weren't for doing the show. So, it's great. Oh, thanks, Stuart.
we like Cas. We like Cas because he's interested and he adds to the show notes. The other two are a waste of space.
To be fair, I've always been a waste of space. It's not a new thing.
No, that's true.
I'm keeping quiet because if I'd say something, we're just going to get that wet wipe thing back again.
What?
I genuinely think I'm over the wet wipe thing for now, but it is going to haunt you for the rest of your life.
Wet wipe. Wet wipe.
Can you set it as your text tone, Chandler?
Wet wipe.
There we go.
That's my text message tone. That'd be great. Yeah.
No.
Every time I got a text, it just goes wet wipe.
No, tell you what. I've found since joining Android, there's so many apps you can't. There's so many apps you can't get on. You can't get on Apple. So I downloaded
through.
Ah.
Apple vet every single app, and it is shit hard to get an app approved by Apple to go on the App Store.
Well, see, this is the problem.
Apparently, that's harsh. Chandler,
what's
my friend,
harsh?
You are interesting. You're interesting, Chandler.
Am I?
That has to be compliment of the night, Chandler. You're interesting.
When did that happen? I just thought I was here for them to represent the mundane old people.
I thought you were here. I thought you were here, Chandler, to represent the vaguely vaping related podcast.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hang on a minute. Hang on. It's right at the bottom of the list.
Man, don't stop this. Island Records.
Oh, for God's sake.
What have you got there?
We're securing the basement.
No idea.
No ice.
Oh, dear.
Put me next to the spam. I won't be hot.
Right, so whilst Chris is fucking around with his phone,
Chris has got Chris has got a top of the range phone. He's bought a top of the range Android phone, and he's dicking about with cheap shit apps.
You gotta love the Big Shack soundboard.
Oh, sorry, Mark. Carry on.
So those of you that think that Cas is an amazing addition to the team, smack that thumbs up button. We got a cracking amount of thumbs up last week. Also, if you think Chandler's interesting, click thumbs up. If you think Chris is fat, smack thumbs up. And if you think I'm just annoying, hit thumbs up. Jobs are good, and let's see how many we can get. It's not moving quickly enough for my liking, but hey ho, I'll hit a refresh. There we go. A bit of self promotion from Cass. Go check him out before he gets. It did.
Did
oh
it?
no, it didn't.
Wait, I've got to do it all
his
full.
TTPS out.
There we go. There we go. And yeah, and go check out some videos and reviews and stuff. And
Because
if I
Cass
get a
is
chance,
about to lose a lot.
I'm about to lose at least. I mean, I have what 457, and I think I'm about to lose 456 of those.
Why is that? Because you paid for them all.
Yeah, every single one.
Yeah.
And some facetious bastard hit thumbs down, but as I looked, it changed from a thumbs down to a thumbs up. So whoever did that, I saw that. Cheers. That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Oh dear, amazing. Yeah, I mean, nobody actually watches my reviews. I just have them periodically on loop on my computer.
Excuse the noise. We have a Frenchie that chokes. She does
Chokes?
like a
Sounds like
backwards.
she's dying.
It's like a backward sneeze, but you have to cover her nostrils over to make her breathe properly.
Oh wow. I think Chandler's frozen.
Yeah, he disconnected from the chat.
Oh dear. And either Chris is staying very still, or he's frozen as well. Oh no, he's not frozen. He's just very, very
Chris
still.
Chris just died. Chris, did you smell burnt toast?
Sorry, someone turned me off and on again.
Also something that's been big this year is, you mentioned it, didn't you, the Nick Soul, but also mouth to lung.
Oh, hugely.
Mouth to lung has... Whoa, he's back.
I didn't go anywhere. I didn't accidentally press the cross in the corner of the screen. That wasn't anything to do with me. It was technical issues that caused that. It wasn't a complete fuck up on my part. Just going to prove that I'm old and can't work technology.
There we go. Apparently it's called a reverse sneeze. My chi does it, Mark. Tickle the throat. Helps, mate. I find if you stick your fingers in her nostrils, perfect. Works.
Yeah. But with the
how did we get into reverse sneezes? What did I miss?
Actually, my missus is now on the landing going like that on her chest. So I'm guessing it didn't go too well. But hey ho.
Oh God.
Get her to clean out his nostrils with a wet wipe.
Hang on a sec. Is she dead? She says no, she's not dead. No, she's not dead, but you fucking will be if you say that again, you cunt, were his exact words.
Yeah, we heard. It picked up the mic, picked it up.
Get her to clean its nose out of a wet wipe.
You're really, really loud again, Chandler.
What?
Leo?
The whistle is back.
Come here.
Please tell me you're calling the dog and not your daughter.
No, Darcy isn't called Lil. There you go. She's alive and well. Her reverse sneeze has now sorted herself out.
Yeah.
Did
for that?
Did Lindsay give her mouth to mouth?
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
Cute little puppy.
Yeah, mouth to lung. I didn't really start vaping mouth to lung any kind of seriously until this year, and I started when I first started vaping mouth to lung, and then very quickly moved on to sub-ohm drippers, cloudy shit, all that. I've now gone way back, and it's kind of gone in a big circle, and I'm pretty much only using mouth to lung, and I'll vape cloudier stuff like when I'm at work or when I'm out and about, but mostly it's mouth to lung. And I think for me that's been engineered by the fact that my fire alarms, as you guys have all experienced, are horrible cunts. And the only thing I can get away with vaping inside is mouth to lung because it just doesn't produce any vapor. But yeah, mouth to lung's been a huge thing everywhere. And I mean, I know for example sales across the board of big cloudy devices, unless it's a smog, have pretty much died on their arse.
Yeah, you see, for me, it was the need for nicotine. My need for nicotine, whether it be stress or whatever, I don't know. I don't know. It is literally just a case of I needed more nicotine. 3 milligram direct to lung wasn't doing it anymore, and 12 milligram was. And whilst, you know, I spend a lot of time testing juice, I spend a lot of time vaping on direct to lung, but I don't do it for pleasure. I do it as a necessity.
Yeah. I still do it pleasurably. I still do it because I enjoy it. But for my base need for nicotine, it's now got to be. And I think I blame Nick Salts for that. I think I've become way more addicted to nicotine again. And anything like a 3 milligram would not last me the day without going back to something high nic. I would be climbing the walls.
My vast majority of the time I'm on 12 milligram. I am literally 12 milligram. Elderflower and apple is all I vape all day, every day. Apart from when I'm testing or developing.
Apparently, Mark, your audio's out of sync with your video a little bit.
Are they?
Apparently.
Yeah, it is. It looks it to it from here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your mouth moves and then we hear you. It's quite entertaining.
You can't exactly just refresh either, can you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That was impressive.
Oh, that was awesome. Do it again.
You see, you go out and you go out and buy a bottle of salts, and let's say, what's the average price of a bottle of salts? £5?
Yeah.
Let's say you'll be happy with the price of ours then. So £4 or £5 for 10 mils. But how long is that 10 mil lasting you? You don't mind spending £5 on a bottle that's going to last you 20 minutes. Well, however many days.
In the height of the premium juices, the year before the TPD, I was getting through 30 to 50 mil a day. That 10 mil bottle, I bought on Saturday, and it's still half full.
Yeah.
I mean, go figure. Like, you are using less juice, which is terrible for companies. Let's be honest; they need people to consume as much as possible.
But we've had this debate in the boardroom, right? So it's not terrible for companies because companies, you know, if they've got a salt range, they're still making their margin.
Companies that don't get on board, it's terrible for.
Yeah. You know, we've jumped on it, and I've got 5 that are due to be released.
What about the mouth to lungers like myself that I just don't get on with Nick salts. I don't like Nick salts. There's absolutely unless I take a 70-30 short fill and prat about changing it, adding extra, diluting it down and turning it into 50-50 and adding nicotine.
You know what? Saying that, I use stock vintage vape, 70-30 juice. I add 20 mils of 72 milligram to it, and I vape that at 70-30, 12 milligrams in the Berserker without a problem. Which is fine, but you're in the fortunate position of being able to get your hands on 72 milligram. Us mere mortals, well, I mean, I've still got some in my freezer, but anyone else coming to vaping can't get hold of 72. Go on eBay, you can buy it.
I'm always wary about buying something like that on eBay.
You know, it's always going to be available, whether it's legal or not. It's still going to be available.
I'm going to have to look. I have actually not even thought about looking for 72 milligram on eBay.
Why don't you
I'm going to look now,
Chandler?
There's no throat here, and I don't like the nick rush. It sounds. I seem to vape. I vape because I like the vaping. Yeah. I don't. I start feeling the nick buzz. I'll put my vape down, and then completely without thinking, pick it up and have another couple of vapes, and it's like, whoa, no, too much. So I prefer the slower release of freebase. I'm not.
Chris?
I'm not vaping. I'm not vaping because I want. There you go. I've had a cigarette. Put it down.
What are we saying?
I was posing the same question to you. Obviously, Chandler saying he doesn't like.
I've been vaping 50 milligram, 45 milligram for like 3 years, and I think it's genuinely I go for a lot less liquid. I vape a lot less. I'm not chain vaping all the time. It's magic. I get a decent throat hit out of it. I feel like I've had a vape. You know, what's not to like?
What about you, Cas?
What's that?
Sorry, you've just returned. Do you get on with Nick salts or not?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of them are terrible. Don't get me wrong. Some of them are really peppery and just a bit there. But the more I've used them, the more I get on with them. I find if I'm vaping, let's say I vape 12 milligram, whilst it's really satisfying, I can't vape it for nearly as long as I can vape Nick salts without getting Nick sick. Like, and not like the point where I'm like feeling nauseous, but I feel like I've just got a headache, which is stupid because I should feel like I've get way more of a headache with Nick salts. But I actually find that 12 milligram, if I vape it continuously for a long period of time, I get much more of a headache than I do with Nick salts. I get on with them really well. I really enjoy them. I think you get a really nice hit, and you get that first cigarette of the day feeling with Nick salts that I don't get off 12 milligram.
Do you enjoy that?
Yeah, I do. That sort of weird heady feeling you get in the mornings or after you've had dinner and you're feeling a bit... I love that. Absolutely love that. You know, that was the thing that I missed about smoking when I first gave up, was that first cigarette of the day feeling. Now Nick salts were along, I'm getting that again. 12 milligram, I love it because you get a throat hit and feel like you're vaping something. But for general all-day use and for, you know, those points where a cigarette would have been my thing to go to, Nick salts fill that gap perfectly, more so than anything has.
Interesting question from Stuart. How could I make up 20 milligram Nick salt liquid? Not easy to do. Now,
if you can only get 20 milligram, you can't.
You can't. You can either buy it in crystal form where you'll mix it yourself, or what we do at work, I buy it in at 72 milligram the same way. I honestly, I don't know. I've never tried to buy it as an end user. Chris, have you ever tried to buy nicotine?
No, I've not. I've always had a steady stream of 50 milligram. I'll buy it from the States. I know people in the UK who send me a Nick shot. You know, it's yeah, I suppose it's probably not easy and the thing is as well with Nick salts, there is such an uncertainty with how it's supposed to taste. I've probably tried 90% of Nick salt brands out there, and you know, I couldn't tell you which type of nicotine was in each one, but I could tell you which ones were shit. Do you know what I mean? So I suppose if you're going to take that gamble and import Nick salt pure, you're going to want to make sure you get a decent one. And there's no way of getting the recommendation that we would have. Like when I first started getting into making my own juices, you're talking sort of 4 or 5 years ago, there was a lot of people who knew what brands sold good nicotine. They knew what brands had, you know, nicotine that would last forever, or that would go ganky really quickly, and you know, they could advise each other. Whereas when it comes to Nick salts, because obviously it's boomed since the TPD kicked in, there's not really that market available. Now I've got a lot of friends in the States who vape, but none of them buy Nick salt. You know what I mean? Even though it's available there, none of them buy. I'm on about pure concentrated nicotine. So I don't know. I wouldn't know which brand to go for. I wouldn't know which was good, and I would hate for it to, you know, come and me mix up fucking 500 ml, and I've wasted a shitload of concentrate, and I've got a bottle of wank juice. Yeah. So I just stick with what I know. I mean, the cost to usage ratio is insane. Do you know what I mean? You get a 10 ml bottle, and it lasts you like, I don't know, a week. And that's been a long time since that's happened to me. I used to go through like 30 to 60 ml a day. So
Yeah,
you know, I'm not begrudged chipping. I mean, to be fair, I don't think I'd ever waste money on a 10 ml Nick Salt bottle. Because I've got access to 30 ml or 100 ml from the States. But, you know, I would buy it to try it. It's just at 20 milligram, it doesn't do anything for me.
You got to have the stronger stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So
now 20 milligram blows my head off. And I gave my wife I put some 20 milligram Nick Salts in a breeze. She's been using a breeze with some. She's still smoking. Put 20 milligram Nick Salts in there, and she coughed her lungs up.
Is that because she doesn't vape often?
She doesn't vape very often at all.
That'd be why then.
And I think
she's used to it yet.
And I think she actually direct lunged it without realizing.
See, my missus, she vapes. She uses a you know, the blue thing that we're in that deal for £1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did she get on with the? How did she get on with the salts that I sent her?
Loves it, loved it. Like past tense. Like she asked me to ask you for more, but I haven't bothered.
She preferred the salts over the freebase.
I think the flavour was the main thing for her. See, the thing is, I had some 45 milligram grape stuff, and she wanted this grape. She wanted grape. That was what she wanted. So I gave her a tank. She was using a what's the thing that looks like a breeze? That Nautilus AOI.
Yeah.
So she was using one of them. I put in a tank of this 45 milligram grape stuff, and when it ran out, she said, "Oh, I'm gonna fill up my tank." I says, "Do you want me to do it for you?" She's like, "No, I've got it." She went out there and she took some 3 milligram grape stuff that I'd left on the side and filled it up with that. And I was like, "Oh, you're not going to get enough of a hit off that," but it was enough for her.
Some people, it's just the habit rather than the actual nicotine, though. I get a lot.
Yeah, when I'm at work, I often suck this without pressing the button. Now it sounds ridiculous, but like, it's just the action, I think.
Yeah. Do you, Mark, have you found that the Nick Salts changed the flavour over the freebase?
There's different types. There's the salicylate and there's the benzo. Now, there's 2 different salts. I find the salice is better flavour. The benzo gives you a better Nick rush. So it's, to me,
full of benzos.
Yeah. I'll be honest, for me, I'm not a massive fan of salts. They don't, which is why I've got so many so many people down to test our range beforehand. Whilst I could taste it and go, yeah, it tastes great. You know, I need people like Chris. I'll send him a 45 to test it, to make sure, you know, it tastes good, it behaves as it should. Yeah. I know I can't release a 45, but if Chris turns around and says, you know what, that's good,
in a 45,
you know, I'm happy with
that.
Be
great in a 20.
Exactly.
Well, this is the thing. It's to get in the ratio and the actual nicotine to react and behave in the way it should, and that's what I'll be able to tell you, because I've gone through maybe. It sounds ridiculous, but I've probably gone through about 2 litres of Nick Salt 50 milligrams since I started using it about 3 years ago. It doesn't sound like a lot, because I'd go through 2 litres of juice in a month. But actually, when it comes to Nick Salt, It's a challenge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Something I've not played with yet is the stem-based Nick. That's supposed to be very, very, very good.
What the hell is stem-based, Nick?
Stem-based Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really narrow it down for us, Mark.
Surely it's got something to do with the fact of extracting nicotine from the plant stem rather than from the tobacco leaf.
I would. That would make.
It's completely artificial. It is not derived from tobacco leaf
at all,
stem or anything at all.
So is it called stem based like on the fact it's like stem cell research?
Possibly. No idea.
Yeah.
But no,
so
stem-based
it's entirely
nicotine.
synthetic nicotine, no.
Yeah, it's completely synthetic.
Have you decided what flavours you're going to be salting?
Yes.
Ooh.
Is mint one of them?
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
Is rhubarb and ginger gin one of them?
No.
Oh.
just the vintage. We're just going on the vintage line for now.
Has anyone had a decent bakery Nick salt flavour? Because all of the ones I've found have been like drinks or tobaccos or fruit or whatever.
I've not had a single dessert Nick salt that I've enjoyed. I've tried some. It's just not the same. I think the thing is with bakery flavours, you know how the old wives' tale is, you know, it needs a lot more steeping or whatever. I don't know whether that's accurate or what. I don't know, but I can tell you for a fact that it's just not the same experience with
And also, I love bakery flavors, direct lung. I just don't get on with the mouth to lung at all. The flavors that I vape mouth to lung are completely different to what I vape direct lung.
Yeah,
I'm the same with tobaccos. I can't direct to lung tobaccos, but mouth to lung I can.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. Direct to lung in tobacco is weird. I remember when I first got Element NS20, I decided to stick it on a troll dripper and have a bit of a laugh with it, but fuck me, that was a hit.
See, the NS20, like the fresh squeezed one, it had the same downfalls that the fresh squeezed juice had. Do you know what I mean?
It wasn't far too sweet and it killed everything it touched.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love nicotine, and I love nicotine. I love the Element, but I lost the cap before the show, and I can't vape it. And I really love the key lime cookie.
Key lime cookie was one of their better ones, I definitely think, and I think pink lemonade as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I love the fresh squeeze as well.
Yeah, the flavours were all nice, but the juices in itself were inherently sweet as fuck.
Although Element just had their
Michael,
dessert
that's the hot cross bun is what I'm vaping and testing this Preco
hot cross bun,
whatever you want to call it.
It's Christmas and you're testing an Easter flavour.
Does it taste like hot cross bun?
Yeah.
Just cinnamony. And
I've got some of that hopefully arriving in the post fairly soon, so I will confirm or deny also.
Has it got that toasted, that kind of burnt toast flavour?
No, not overly. It's hang on, bear with.
What's that sweet
Because I can't
flavour?
Yeah. When I've got hot cross bun, I can't toast it. It has to go in the microwave to get it hot.
It's doughy.
Get out.
Yeah. What do you get out?
It's cinnamon.
That's how you eat a hot cross bun. Hot cross bun with melted butter. No, you don't toast it. That's a toasted hot cross bun.
Yeah, there's no toast to it. It's all doughy.
Yeah, see, if it's a good doughy, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, what was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, Element just released earlier in the year their Koi range, which is like a dessert range, and their lemon meringue pie. But they do a cinnamon rice pudding, which is, if you like rice pudding, it's the most accurate rice pudding I've ever had. It's absolutely incredible.
Who's that from?
It's Elements range. It's the Koi range.
Elements. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
they did like a whole range based on Japanese desserts. So you've got cherry ice cream. They do a yellow, was it Japanese yellow cake, which is crazy good. They do another one which is a lemon meringue, which Diddy absolutely fucking loves. He'll probably tell me in a second in the chat. And then they do this this sort of toasted cinnamon rice pudding, which is fucking unreal. I might have a bottle I can send you actually if you're interested in it. But it's just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I'm looking forward to you lot trying the desserts.
I'm so excited for these. Actually, we need to have a talk about that, Mark.
Huh?
We need to have a talk about that.
What do we need
range.
to talk about?
Images and things.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
So, what have we got coming up next year? There's some interesting things potentially.
I think we're gonna.
Nick
I think
from
we're gonna.
Jeffrey's Vintage Vape.
I'm hoping I'm going to have some interesting products released with Endless.
Nice.
You are.
You've also, Chris.
Mhm.
The other thing, can you talk about?
We've got a mech mod that is completely threadless.
Ooh.
Threadless, as in you just stick it together with O-rings.
Not even O-rings. Well, there's O-rings on it, but yeah, it's
Confused but interested.
Mm.
yeah, it's very interesting. It's got a lot of potential.
There's something that Chris and I have been working on, kind of together, but not together.
Mark, have you just removed the dog's foot?
It's a kangaroo's paw, mate.
It's a kangaroo's paw.
That is grim.
That looks exactly like you've just removed Lily's foot.
Is it?
It is. It's that, but I also use it as a bottle opener, which is... Oh, bless her. She just bought me another beer up. I've just opened my last beer, and Lindsay just bought me another one. It's like Christmas. Oh, fuck me, it is.
Oh, yay!
Well,
hang on. I'm just going to say thank you.
Here, get a room. Get a room.
But yeah, we might be potentially having a very interesting guest on in the new year, which I'm currently chasing up.
What's that? If it replies to your emails?
Yeah, don't worry. There'll be more going over to him in a minute. I mean, let's be honest. We've all got a lot of shit on around Christmas, so I'm not going to force the issue, but it's looking good. And we've got our live show, which we still need to organise, which is still a pipe dream, but it will happen.
What's that?
Our live show.
We should do it. We should definitely do it.
Yeah.
We will do it. We will have a live studio audience. We'll record it and then broadcast it live one night.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Record it. Hang on a minute. Record it and then broadcast it live. How does that work?
We'll stream it live and then record it for our own.
Oh, okay. For our own guilty pleasure later. Mm.
Yep.
Are we actually going to broadcast live? Do you think?
Yeah,
do you think that's...
100%.
You think that's wise?
Yeah, it takes a little bit of pre-production, but it can be done.
We need someone with a handheld camera and Mark on the yeah.
Don't worry about that. We'll sort that. How many cans are behind the bin?
How many cans are in the bin behind Mark? If you notice, he's not actually drinking. He's not. Oh.
Oh dear.
Okay. No, I wasn't looking.
The bin is full, and it's a big bin.
Okay.
But I've just started on the floor, so tonight's show
is on the floor.
So far, I'm a few in.
Only 3. Bloody hell! You're slacking, mate.
The litre bottles, or
in that case, Litre bottles. Oh, okay. In that case, all right. Yeah.
What else we got? So we're going to be doing a lot of more additional content on the channel as Chandler has started this week. We're going to be doing all sorts of things, interesting stuff within the show itself as well. And although I probably should have already sent it to the rest of you guys, I've got a big box of juice here, so we're going to start doing some reviews and bits and stuff on the show itself, which I think would be cool. And I think we're going to try and get more people from actual companies on as well, because it's actually interesting to get insights from people who are working in the companies that we're always talking about. And I've got probably 2 or 3 lined up, I reckon, who are waiting.
Nice, Mark. It's that time of year. Why not, mate? I don't need a time of year to have a beer.
No, we don't. Not at all.
Chris, you've been drinking with me, ain't you?
Oh, yeah. Me and Mark. Whoa. How much drink did we have at my house the night before the wedding?
I don't know. You were moaning about how many bottles of gin disappeared.
I think we did about 6 bottles of gin.
Yeah, hang on. How much of that was Rick, though?
No, Rick only touched the Gordons. It was me and Mark Ski and you and but yeah, we did about 6 bottles of gin, a couple of bottles of like Jack Daniels and other crap, and we did about 24 beers, and oh god.
Be rude not to on your unofficial stag evening.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But no, I don't. I only drink at Christmas. It's
A lie.
No. You only drink soft drinks at Christmas.
So I suppose we're going to be wrapping up, aren't we? Can we get a few? Can we get a few wet wipes before we leave, please?
Hang on, one more. I'm still waiting for the audio clip that was supposed to be sent to me.
Wet wipe.
Yeah, I needed to go dig my laptop out and sort it all out, and I just haven't. I'll be honest. Yeah, I am so behind on so many things.
So, this is pretty much, excuse me, the last show of the year. Obviously, next week will be Christmas Day.
Yep.
It's only 1 week until Christmas.
Shut up, you wet wipe.
Sorry.
Then we've got. I've just spotted wank wipe. Yes. We've then got New Year's. Is it New Year's Eve or New Year's Day? Is the following Tuesday.
New Year's
Yeah,
Day.
it's always a week following Christmas.
You're not very dedicated if you're not doing them on them days.
Pardon?
So you're not very dedicated if you're not doing them on them days.
There's no point in doing them on those days. No point.
I was going to say we could do New Year's Day, but I would imagine you three are going to be completely hungover, and I'll be the only one that'd be coherent.
I don't drink, so I'll be
You're
fine.
joking, it, yeah?
Oh, that's all right. Me
drink.
and thee then. You don't drink, you lying arsehole.
Do you want to do the second? The second New Year's Day? Did you say?
It'll be the first, wouldn't it?
Which is
first? New Year's Day is usually the first. Most years it's the first. Every now and again it's the second.
Shall we do New Year's Day?
Yeah, I reckon so.
I'll get back to you on that.
So yeah, we're taking a week break, and then we're back in the new year.
Yeah.
There we go. So we won't be here next week because it is Christmas. But we'll be back on the 1st. You mad bastards.
Yay.
Crazy.
There we go. Mark will be fine. Don't get hangovers if you never stop. You should live stream around the time of the Queen's speech. There we go. Thank you very much for joining us. A Merry fucking Christmas to everyone. Thank you very, very, very much for supporting us throughout the year. I know we still have another one before the year's out. No, we don't. This is the last one before the year's out.
Yeah.
make sure you check out the Ideal Home show on Thursday night, 9 o'clock live. You might see an ugly bearded bastard. Maybe not, but we will wait and see. But thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you all. Anyone else wants to add?
Wet wipes.
No, I'm going. I'm going in. I'm fucking freezing. So I'll say goodbye to you lads now.
All right.
Bye, Chris.
sweetie.
Merry Christmas.
Mwah.
Love you.
Good Christmas. Happy New Year.
Mwah.
Don't get too drunk.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. So, yeah. Merry Christmas.
Indeed.
Anything anyone else wants to put?
No, I think that's about it. I'll look forward to a full year with VT UK rather than joining like June.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everyone. We will see you a week on Tuesday. Adios, motherfuckers.
Bye.
VT UK.
Fucking wet wipes. Wet wipe. Fucking ass wet wipe.